Mr. Din Din, thanks for the fucking review!
So, hello to people who are apparently watching this rant and stuff. This is basically gonna be a video that addresses just the craziness of the Wii U rumors and just everything that's happened in the last 2 years. And I say 2 years because it started around 2 years with the idea of the HD Wii. And in my opinion, the HD Wii, it wasn't gonna happen. It was too close to, basically console release of new next generation consoles, that it didn't seem like it was happening. It made sense though. Just so many limitations of the original Wii, it made sense, especially HD gaming, which is just so hardcore and shit now. But yeah, it was obvious that the Tony, wow, fuck. The next fucking Nintendo console was on the way. Same thing with the other consoles. They've been out for so fucking long, and their software is so old now that of course they're gonna come out with new consoles. So yeah, even with all the limitations of the Wii, I already knew the next consoles coming out, there wouldn't make sense to make a HD Wii. But so those rumors just kind of died down, and then like the 3DS just came out. And then with the 3DS, I don't know, there's a lot of drawbacks on its release, I think. Not just because of game titles, but I think price. It came out at the wrong time, and at the wrong price. There's just too much to ask for everyone to just push towards the 3DS, especially economically. Everyone around the world wasn't doing good then, so it was just too much of a push to buy the 3DS. And my biggest thing about it is, yeah, I didn't get a 3DS until the price dropped. And the price drop came because the 3DS wasn't doing the sales, so they decided to sell every 3DS basically at a loss, which in my opinion is monumental, because the loss they've been taking is just crazy. But they're riding the sales, and just amazing damn sales. But yeah, they are selling at loss, and there's a whole bunch of rumors that Nintendo was going down because of this, and they didn't have the money. But things surfaced saying, basically Nintendo saying, oh, they had safes of money stored away, which any company should. Basically, that money from all the way back from the GameCube they had stored, and that's basically apparently what's taking the loss for them. So all these accounts of money that's what they're using to sell the 3DS at a loss. And like I said, there's a whole bunch of issues with that, but continue on. Somewhere around the release of the 3DS, just a war started to assume, the 3DS versus the Vita. And honestly, I took the Vita side. I really didn't think the 3DS was going to do as well now as it has. I really thought just the Vita, it had so much more superior, just everything, the graphics, the controls, the Vita did have some things that were, in my opinion, more than just gimmicky, but I really thought it was gonna win. And the fact now, it's not even really a battle, in my opinion. The Vita has done so bad that really it's just getting bludgeoned to death by Nintendo's handheld, which is fucking astonishing to me. And now I'm happy to have a 3DS because it's totally winning the war. And there's a lot of reasons, I think, why the Vita is failing. I'll probably do a rant on that, but this is about Nintendo. So 3DS is doing really well, and since then 3DS has a whole bunch of release titles that just are fucking amazing, and just a lot of stuff has been doing good for Nintendo so far. But again, somewhere around the time where the 3DS was getting proposed, basically, there's rumors of this thing at Nintendo called Project Cafe, and apparently this was a project to make the next console for Nintendo. So there was rumors about that being another HD Wii and stuff like that. And I don't know, I think with the original release of the Wii U, many people just thought it was just an HD Wii. And from first glance, and even now, I kind of still think it kind of is and it kind of isn't. See, for me personally, I think for Nintendo as well. They need to make this the line of where this separates itself from the original Wii. And I don't think it's done broadly enough to where people would not get these two things confused. The Wii U is not a Wii. Yet, from first glance, from first impressions, all you think is updated Wii, which is something I think they have to break. But going back to the Wii, at first impressions, I was amazed. I thought, well, holy shit, this looks amazing. But after thinking about it and seeing some things, I'm starting to think less and less highly of it, which is kind of sad. But so we'll just push forward for a little bit. Then the Wii U games came, and some titles they're almost meant to be on the Wii, and other titles, I don't know, I'm just very drawn back on them. Mainly the titles that are supposed to be drawing to hardcore gamers. It's just Assassin's Creed 3, Mass Effect 3. They're the sequels of original titles, and basically Nintendo's betting that you had a previous console and played these previous games, but now, like, do you want to get them on the Wii U? And there's that, and my other drawback is I don't know how well they're going to be playing on the Wii U tablet. Maybe they'll support the controller or the Wii remote or something. Either way, it's just I don't know how well you can play a hardcore game on a Wii U console. But I don't know, it's just very sketchy to me. Some games like Rayman Legends, just it looks like it was made for the Wii U. It's just so astonishing. But like I said, you can hardly count that as a hardcore game. So Nintendo's still almost, it seems like, sticking to its kiddish roots and doing what it does best. But hardcore games, I just don't think are doing enough pushing for the Wii U console. There's some games like Aliens, something Marines or some crap like that I think is gonna do really well on the Wii U. And like Batman, Arkham City Armored Edition, that looks just amazing on the Wii U. But Assassin's Creed 3 and Mass Effect 3, I don't think there's a Nintendo audience or people who are gonna take a risk on the Nintendo Wii U to play these games. So those games, I really think, aren't going to be doing well. I think it's almost a joke to almost port these games so late into the game onto the Wii U. But that's my impression of it. So continuing on, there's just so many rumors with the Wii U. There's even a rumor for a name change and saying, oh, the Wii U is not the final name. It's too ridiculous and dumb of a name. And then Nintendo basically comes out eventually and says, oh, that's the first and final name of the Wii next generation console, so it is gonna be the Wii U. Some other thing, just rumored specs. That's one of the biggest things for this console, is the rumored specs. So I'm gonna tell you my interpretation of this and what's likely gonna happen. To say that the Wii U is going to be weaker than the 360 and PS3 is almost ridiculous. The hardware for these consoles is just too fucking old. You have to literally go ass backwards to pay very cheaply to make the Wii U weak. Like, you have to do it so deliberately that it's just really fucking astonishing. There's no way that it's going to be weaker than these consoles unless Nintendo just makes the biggest fuck up in history, but I doubt it. So my impression of it is, yes, the Wii U is gonna be better than current generation, but it's gonna be almost light years away from the Xbox 720 and the PS4. If that's even what they're calling them still. Yeah, it's just those consoles are what 5, 6, 7 times stronger than current generation, so it's just gonna do leaps over the Wii U. But I am impressed with how the Wii U is looking. I mean, compared to the Wii, I wasn't expecting much, so to see HD and among other things, it's pretty impressive in my idea. But like I said, I don't think the Wii U can be compared to just regular consoles, and I think that just goes with Nintendo's philosophy. They never really try to compete. They innovate. They make things that other people want to replicate, like motion controls. We did it first. A couple years later, boom, everyone else was right there, and it was just so gimmicky for everyone else. But the Wii U made this gimmick and this innovation work for its gameplay, which really everyone else really didn't really do. But so that's what Nintendo does. It innovates. It never wants to be first in the aspect of having the best hardware. It wants to innovate. It wants to be the first to come up with new ideas in the market and almost game change everything. The Wii did so many sales. It's so ridiculous. It outsold the 360 and PS3 by a long shot. And another thing about that is I don't think the Wii U is gonna follow in its footsteps. My issue with that is, just like Nintendo's is gonna be price. And I think the specs, okay, let me go back really quick. I think the reason Nintendo hasn't officially announced all the specs is because they themselves don't know. And what I mean by this is basically they have an idea of what the specs are, because if they didn't, they wouldn't be sending dev kits to all the developers who are making games for the Wii U. So they have an idea, but they do plan to do drawbacks on the specs to make the price range nice. And that's really where my concern comes from. Honestly, I will pay more money to have a good hardware in my Wii U. But the issue is, will other people, and enough people, pay good money for a good Wii U? And I think just economically, it's not going to happen. And just because the Wii U's taking a different direction, it's not going to be doing, just straight off the bat, it's not going to be doing as well as the Wii. So I think there's just too much to gamble here, and for them to not want to sell this at a loss, just like the 3DS originally did, they're going to have to play their cards smart here. So yeah, I think they are going to be drawbacks within the hardware, and I think what they're going to do, this is just my ideas, is that yes, the hardware is going to be drawn back, but what they're going to have is extra of certain things, like RAM. I think it was already announced that the Wii U just had a lot of RAM for a console, and it's going to have extra shading and other components within the Wii U that are going to make it look graphically better when it is weaker. So I think that's what's going to happen with the Wii U, and I guess I'm fine with that, but not really. It depends how well it really looks. It's going to be determined by me playing the Wii U and actually physically playing it and see how it all works out together. And I think that's what's going to take a lot of people. And I think that's also why just a lot of people aren't going to be happy or really just joyous to pick up a Wii U and take the gamble. And another reason the Wii U is not going to be doing as well as the Wii is because the Wii serves more than just gaming and just gimmick gameplay for kids and even, I guess, hardcore gamers, even though there's very few titles that could be classified as that for the Wii. And where the Wii took, I think, a different turn than I thought was that old people and just older people were playing the Wii. And the simple reason for that is health and fitness. Whether you believe the Wii U could make you work out better or just whatever is up to speculation. Who knows? Really, just moving in place, does it really help you that much? I don't know. I'm a little biased on that. But people bought the Wii for that simple fact. I remember my mom works in nursing, and I went to some elderly home, and all these old people were standing up and playing with the Wii, and I was like, holy fuck, you guys have a Wii? My mom was telling me basically, yeah, a whole bunch of retirement places and places for basically physical therapy and stuff were using Wiis. People in these health industry, were buying Wiis and using for physical fitness and activity and all that great stuff. So simple games like Wii Sports and stuff became almost exercise and physical fitness training basically mechanisms to help people. So I think a lot of the Wii U sales came from actually this industry, and I think Nintendo and other just people who make games, third parties, are starting to understand this. That's why they're making so many fucking Zumbas and Let's Dance and all this other gay shit. But I think that's why these games are getting the push, because they see the sales and they're just astonished that people, just our health conscious fucking society, is really going for these games. And I think doing too many of these games is going to be the death of that genre, just like Guitar Hero games. They did so many and people just couldn't keep up, and it was the same damn songs over and over again. That industry just died. So I think they have to be careful on how they do this. The health conscious minds of Americans and other people, that's not going away. That's gonna stick for a while, I can already tell. But just overdoing it is what's gonna kill that genre. But moving back, that's why I think the Wii just did so many more sales. It just appealed to so many other people who just never played games. And there have been conferences and a whole bunch of stuff, and Nintendo basically stating this and understanding that that's why the Wii sold so many consoles. Now the Wii U is being more prone to hardcore gamers, and I think the reason, just right off the bat, even Nintendo announced that it's not going to do as well as the Wii. And the simple fact is because, yeah, that new direction. They're trying to appeal to hardcore gamers, and honestly, I think me and them understand that there's not that much hardcore gamers left on Nintendo consoles, and those who aren't basically have to make the move forward or push to get a Wii U, and I just think it's very unlikely. Just right off the bat, just honestly, I myself am gonna take a gamble on the Wii, just because I know what Nintendo can do, and even in their downfalls, they always make a system just come out and work. So right off the bat, I'm getting the Wii U, but I have so much criticism and just ideas about it that it does make it a little bit daunting just seeing what it has to offer. But so the newest, that's specs, and like I said, that's one of the biggest things that's going to be for the Wii U. Is going to be the specs, the price, and basically the games. Those are the three things, and honestly, those are the three things that pretty much dominate any system. So we're just gonna have to play it out and see how it all works. But the last rumor, which is a slight, just dumb rumor, they already announced that at the end of 2012, the Wii U will be out. As to when, no one specifically knows. The rumors is November and September and somewhere around there, so a couple months from now, basically. But no one knows. Some Wii U games actually have release dates around those months. So it's proposed that the Wii U will be coming around then. But honestly, just by December we'll have it, most likely. So it's just kind of dumb rumors just to find out when it's coming out. Better rumors are basically the ones about talking about price range and specs. Those are the highest, I think, played off rumors that are just going around everywhere. But yeah, that's just a little bit, or a lot, basically, on all the craziness of just the Wii U in general. And like I said, I think it needs to play it out, but if any other crap comes up, I'll probably do another rant. But yeah, for about a year or so, I just kept out of this giant debate of Wii U nonsense, just because it's too crazy. I'm like, really, come on now. So I just stayed out of it, just because it was so ridiculous and just so crazy that it wasn't even worth reporting. But I think the reason I'm doing it now is just so I can see later on in the past, or I mean the future, just how crazy the Wii U really was. Because I think it's going to do well, I think it's going to be fine, and I don't think it's the death of the Nintendo industry. But I think it'll be nice to see just all the craziness that everyone was ranting about when there was nothing to even be concerned about in the beginning. But so even though you're a fan, doesn't mean you need to be a fanboy and there's no criticism. It's a perfect console. No, it's not. There are issues with it that need to be addressed that haven't been addressed yet, and I'm sure one day they will, pretty soon, because it looks like the release date is coming up to December pretty quick. But yeah, they're just putting almost everything down to rest. Don't listen to rumors. until Nintendo confirms them themselves, just play it off. It's good to know the stuff, but really it's all up to criticism, opinions, and no one knows. I don't even think Nintendo knows, like I was saying. But like I said, just put it all to the side basically, and we'll find out eventually. So thanks for watching this very long rant about nothing yet something, and yeah, stay tuned for other stuff, and subscribe to my channel, like and comment and all that other great amazing stuff. But thanks, and stay tuned for some more.
Mr. Din Din, thanks for the fucking review!